everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM Sports Talk. Tom Nappy here. Coming up on the show, we'll have Andy Barron joining us, as well as Jared Keene and Mike Tarosian to talk some football and some other sports happenings around the area. But first, here is the latest in Hillers sports. On Friday, September 17th, Hillers girls soccer got a 3-2 road win over Walpole and improved to 4-1 on the season. Sophomore Georgina Clark netted 2 goals in the victory, and Ava Perlov had a goal for the Hillers. Also on Friday, Hillers football got a 19-8 road win over Nauset. Quarterback Wyatt Stevens ran for a touchdown and connected with Robbie Lisher for a touchdown as the Hillers improved to 1-1 on the season. Hillers boys soccer hosted Ashland on Friday the 17th. Hillers were rolling in the first half as they netted 3 goals.
Bassington sends it over in front of the net. Shot and a goal for the Hillers. Sean Golembiewski makes it 1-0. What a beauty of a sequence there. Bassington got a nice drive upfield. Golembiewski wide open in front of the net. And the Hillers sink one at 32-17 left to go in the first half. Puts it up along the far side. Quickly approaching. That is Farrell. And he'll send it to the net, and it got away from the keeper. And that is going to be in. It went over the goal line, and that is going to be a score for Pierce Farrell. And they quickly put it in, and a shot and a goal for the Hillers. Yazatora Ito.
Ashland had a goal of their own early in the second half to make it a 3-1 game, but the Hillers responded with another of their own.
Owen Schnorr going to have a direct shot on net. Penalty kick here. Big time opportunity for the Hillers. And he nets it. Owen Schnorr on the PK makes it 4-1.
Owen Schnorr nets it at 32-38 left, and the Hillers would maintain the 4-1 lead for the rest of the game and win by that score, improving to 3 wins, no losses, and a tie on the season. On Monday, September 20th, Hiller girls volleyball overcame a first set loss and won 3 straight sets to capture the road victory over Westwood. Hopkinton improved to 6-0 on the season. Hillers field hockey hosted Ashland on Monday the 20th. Ashland scored with less than 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Along the left side of the net. And a nice job clearing there by Zeigler. But Ashland on the attack once again. And putting it in there is going to be Ayla Halleck. Got a nice lift on it and was able to rip it into the net. 1-0 Ashland.
The Clockers added another goal in the third quarter.
Ashland gets it 25 yards out here. Halleck. And that one poked out. Picked out by the keeper. Another shot. Turned away, and now that one's between her legs. And in it goes. I want to say that was Lauren Burak on the score.
And another Clockers goal in the fourth quarter as they defeated the Hillers 3-0. Ashland is 2-3 on the season. Hillers are 0-4-1 overall. Right after field hockey, Hiller girls soccer hit the turf. 2-host Westwood, and sophomore Georgina Clark once again put on a show.
On the throw in White, over to Clark. Clark putting on the moves. There she goes to the net. Shot, goal! Georgina Clark does it again. 1-0 Hillers. A great move to get by the defender. Totally had her faked out and pops it in with 36 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the first half. Ronsos on the entry. Burt Whistle. The lights are on here at the Hopkinton High School turf fields. Sun's starting to set. Butler skates it through to Clark. Clark puts on the move. Shot in! 2-0 Hillers. Georgina Clark just unstoppable. Burt Whistle with the steal. Burt Whistle looking for Clark. Here goes Clark. Around the goalie and in. What a beauty of a setup by Burt Whistle for Georgina Clark, who once again just fakes everybody out. And she has the hat trick.
2 goals in the first half and another in the second half. Hillers took the game by a final score of 3-1 and improved to 5 wins and a loss on the season. Hello, everybody, and welcome into HCAM Sports Talk. Tom Nappy here, and joining us on the show today, we have Jared Keene from the Metro West Daily News. We have Andy Barron from MyFM 101.3. And finally, making his return, we got Mike Tarosian, who is...
It seems like I forgot all about the show.
Well, Mike, you've been picking all along, so we'll get to the picks and the records in just a moment, but welcome back to the show. Glad to have you on this episode.
Thanks. Glad to be back, Tom. Thank you.
All right, so we got a lot of NFL to talk today. We'll do our picks, go around the games, and pick every game. But how's everybody doing? Covering any great games? Jared, where'd you go last week?
I was at Milford Natick last week.
Oh, I heard that game was a doozy.
That was a really good game.
28.
A lot of coverage there. You know, I mean, that was the only really good game last Thursday. So a lot of coverage there. Got to see Steve Watson, which was nice. Yeah. It's, good game. Came right down to the end, right down to the very last play. So.
Milford's the number 6 team in the state now.
Yep.
They are. They're doing things.
They're doing very well, and they're getting into the meat of their schedule. They're going to have Attleboro this Friday night, and Attleboro is always a tough place to play at. I mean, they don't give up a lot of points. The Milford offense has been really good. Then you're going to get Mansfield. You're going to get Taunton on Thanksgiving coming up, who's also playing very well. So this is really going to get into the heart of the schedule. And of course, that game with Franklin coming up at the end of October is going to be really good. So Milford's played great so far, but this is really going to be these
Franklin's undefeated too, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and Franklin plays Mansfield this weekend.
It'll be a good game.
It'll be a good game.
Very good game.
I give Natick a lot of credit. Natick hung in there with Milford. They didn't let Milford really pull away.
Yeah.
I was there with Kevin, Adam Kirkjian, Nate Weitzer was there. We were all kind of talking. We thought Milford was going to pull away, but I give Natick a lot of credit for hanging around and really making it a game. Natick had every chance, obviously, at the end with a 2-point conversion to win it. on the very last play, and obviously Milford defense came up and made a play. But
well, I am jealous because our football game this Friday wasn't much of a game, but we don't need to talk about that.
Oh, that was a game. I thought it was one of those open field scrimmages.
The boys' soccer game before it was very good, though. That was a great game between Hopkinton and Dover Sherborne. But the Hockomock certainly exciting to watch, and the TVL pretty exciting. Medway, they're playing some great football. Holliston, they took a tough loss, which was surprising to see. And then, of course, you got Ashland, who came up with a big win. So very competitive.
That's a nice win for Ashland over Wayland. You know, I know Wayland is 1-2 now, but Wayland is a good team.
Wayland
That's
is
a nice win for
definitely a good
Ashland.
team. Yeah. Exciting stuff. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the playoff picture plays out throughout the state. Because I believe now they're doing the state format, right? They don't have the sectionals anymore.
Yep.
Or is that next year? I think it's this year. I guess we'll find out.
I think that's this year.
Yes.
So there's no
I could
more.
be wrong, but I think that's this year.
So it's just going to be there's no more sectionals. It's just a state.
Yeah, it's just like a big bracket, which I like. But I guess the only flaw is you could be, you know, a team on the east coast of the state going west in round one.
Yeah.
And vice versa. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to make it interesting travels for a lot of these sports, but certainly some interesting opponents. You'll see teams that you've never seen before.
Right.
And I think with football, it could really be interesting. I'm just hoping that the western part of the state doesn't just dominate everybody.
So here's a question I have, and Jared, you probably would know this too, as well as Tom. So if you do not make this tournament, I mean, do you just wait till Thanksgiving then? Is your season over?
No. You play, they do those fill-in games.
Okay.
Like they've done in the past few years. So you play, but you play other teams that aren't in the playoffs.
All right.
And they just fill in the schedule.
I believe that's right.
You'll still get your 11 games.
Okay.
But all right, without further ado, why don't we get into our football picks? Last
First,
week,
I think we should talk about the Patriots.
yes, we will. That's a good idea.
So you want to start things off that way? What?
Let's take a look at our records, though. Let's see who has bragging rights and who doesn't. All right, well, we had a 3-way tie for first. Jared, Andy, and Steve all went 10-5. I went 9-6, and Kevin and Mike went 8-7. So we're all above 500.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't include the Monday night game in that. All right, hold on.
I was going to say, I thought I had one more. I thought I had Monday.
Slight adjustments here on the show.
I think everybody probably had Dallas.
No, I had Philly.
Oh, you took Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
I did take Philly.
That was unfortunate for you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, now I'm ready. Now I'm prepared. Okay, so in first, Andy Barron, 11-5. Congratulations. You were the
Nicely done,
wait,
sir.
no, you tied with Steve. You both went 11-5.
I was going to say, you should be tied with Steve.
Yes. So Andy and Steve, 11-5. I was 10-6. Jared was 10-6 since he picked Philly. Kevin and Mike, you were 9-7. So we all finished above 500 still. So that's good. So overall records, I am 30-25. Jared is. All right, we'll have to do that later because now I'm just.
Do that later. We know how good your math on the go is.
But overall records are all pretty close. But anyways, yeah. So the Patriots, I don't have anything much to say about them. The only thing that I could say is they were terrible in every facet of the game. Their defense was terrible. Their offensive line was terrible. Their quarterback was terrible. The receivers were terrible. The coaching was terrible. The play calling was terrible. I got nothing else to say. They were terrible.
The only thing good I heard that came out of Gillette was some awesome tailgating. All my friends that went to the game, they said that was like the most exciting part of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure it was because that game was brutal. They failed in every possible way that you could possibly fail. This did not look like a Belichick team. And I'll tell you what, if after spending $165 million, this is the product they're going to throw out there, Belichick's job should be on the line. That was a disgrace last week. And the Bucs are going to crush them next week.
Go for it, Andy. Go for it.
Well, I just the thing that bothers me the most was the coaching, and here's why. All right, you're on the 10-yard line here. Patriots offense is getting a little momentum here. I thought they had some momentum going, and you hand it off to Brandon Bolden 2 times.
Yeah.
You have 2 tight ends. Okay,
use Bolden.
but I'm just saying, like, you had 2 tight ends. You're not going to take a shot at the end zone? I mean, seriously? Hunter Henry actually did not play that bad. He had 5 catches. But where is he? It's like they're in, then they're out. I actually thought Kendrick Bourne had a good game. That touchdown he caught was really, really good.
Yep.
He was the one decent player on offense, really.
But I thought he played well. He did play well. And the problem with this whole game was, I always say football is played in the trenches. It was the offensive line was absolutely atrocious. That was the problem. And Mac Jones had no time to throw. That's why they couldn't run the ball. But this play calling has just been awful. Like, I mean, I can take a loss, but like, come on, man. And you get off that field on 3rd and 7. That is a different game because the offense, I think they were starting to feel it a little bit. And I think the Saints were starting to get a little edgy there, but you lost to Jameis Winston. Seriously? Come on. Like,
it was bad.
That was bad. It was bad.
And you didn't just lose. You didn't just lose. You got absolutely dominated by the Saints. And you know what? I mean, the Saints, when Jameis is playing well, they are a good team. They got a good defense. They got a good O-line, good receivers. They're a good team. And that defense is really good for the Saints. They put a lot of pressure on Mac Jones. But to just let them dominate you like that on your home turf, what an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, I just want to add to that, too, is don't forget, even though New England looked as bad as they were, like they didn't even show up, but, winning at New England for New Orleans is still a testament that to Sean Payton as a coach. I think he's a great coach, and I think he outcoached Belichick.
Oh, definitely.
No doubt about it.
Coach Belichick.
I agree with
your
everything
audio
that's been
levels,
said.
Mike. They're a little high there. But
Oh, sorry.
yeah, Sean Payton definitely outcoached Belichick, without a doubt. I thought the coaching as a whole was just awful. The play calling, it looked like a high school offense out there. I didn't understand the play calling at all.
Yeah, that's what bothered me the most.
Andy, you hit the nail on the head. You're on the 10-yard line. You have momentum, and you give it to Brandon Bolden twice. What are you doing? What are you actually doing? When you have momentum, take a shot. Get some more momentum going.
You couldn't have drawn up a play for Kendrick Bourne. He's actually a pretty tall receiver. I mean, I didn't think he was as big as he was. You can't put Hunter Henry out there, or try something.
What are they going to? Oh, sorry.
No, even if it's incomplete, okay, they took a shot. Mac Jones cannot be throwing 50 times in a game.
No,
he just can't do that. But I don't think he played that bad. There's going to be growing pains with him. We have to understand he's a rookie quarterback. He's obviously a little frustrated right now. He's not used to losing, but I don't think he's the problem. I don't think either. Can we stop trying to run this offense like Tom Brady's the quarterback? Like, enough. Josh McDaniels needs to go. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, we need a change. I would even take Bill O'Brien back, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the kind of offense that you're going to get, McDaniels is the guy making those play calls. You're going to have brutal games like this. You're right. He needs to go. And, I don't understand why they're not protected Mac Jones more and, why they have him thrown so much at times. And also, why aren't they getting other guys involved in the game? Like Ramondre Stevenson, where was he? Yeah. Why aren't they trying other running backs? Because Brandon Bolden clearly didn't work.
No, not a single bit. He was awful.
Terrible.
My biggest thing, again, you guys touched on the offensive line. The offensive line was awful. Didn't give Mac really any time to throw. But my biggest thing was late in the game, you're still in it. Patriots teams in the past would have gotten a defensive stop there late in the fourth quarter. Yet you allow the Saints to drive 75 yards down the field, punch it in on a Taysom Hill, whatever keeper, to go up 2 scores with 2.5 minutes left, and you're toast. You're absolutely toast. You can't come up with one stop there. When late in the game, again, you don't have Drew Brees throwing to you. You got Jameis Winston. And I mean, Kamara had a touchdown, but Kamara didn't have a massive game. And you can't come up with a stop. You let them drive the length of the field and score at one of the most critical points in the game. Come on. And again, I don't know who you put that on. Do you put that on the defense for not executing? Do you give the Saints credit for executing what they wanted to do and allowing, kind of taking time off the clock or what? But
the defense was awful. They were terrible. They couldn't get off the field. It was a lot like the Miami game, except that game was a lot closer. They just couldn't get off the field. I mean, time of possession, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I'm sure it favored the Saints pretty drastically because I felt like the defense was on the field most of the game and they just couldn't get out of their own way. And they just kept giving up big play after big play. They left Kamara open like 9 times. They left him wide open for a touchdown at one point in the game. The defensive scheme was awful. The defense was awful. Everything about this game was a total failure. It was awful.
Yeah, it was not good.
That's how I really feel.
Hey, listen, I'm just glad we weren't doing the drinking game because if we drank shots every time we said awful, we'd be hammered right now.
oh yeah.
It was terrible.
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 All right. Anybody else have anything to say about the Pats, or should we get into the picks?
Well,
Should we start off with the game? Who we're gonna pick?
We'll save the Pats for last because they got kind of a big game this week, and I have a feeling
All right.
I know who we're all going to pick. But
Yeah, after that conversation, sure.
yeah.
I'm guessing Kevin took the Patriots in a weird one.
Mike, your audio's wicked loud.
I thought I cut it down. How's that? Is that better there?
All right,
Just
a little
50%.
better.
All right. Sorry about that.
All right,
I'm all excited to be back. I'm loud today.
that's true. Well, you are a loud guy in general, so.
Oh, ouch.
All right, Thursday night football. Oh, what a doozy this one is. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Cincinnati Bengals.
God.
You know what? I'll give Andy the honor of starting with this one.
Hey, listen, I'm starting to buy into the Bengals. I think they're pretty good. I mean, Joe Burrow is good. The Bengals are, I mean, it's just like, I think you got to start taking them seriously a little bit here. I mean, they've been in every single game. Yeah, they lost to Chicago. I get it. But, a win in Pittsburgh. When was the last time the Bengals ever won in Pittsburgh? I like what I'm seeing. I mean, Jacksonville is a disaster. I don't know how is Urban Meyer still the coach here, really? He is just totally clueless. Seriously, he's gone after this year. I don't know how they can keep going forward with them. Bengals roll in this game.
All right. Now, I almost went with the Jags because I figured this could be a letdown game for the Bengals. But then I remembered they are playing the Jags. So I'm going Bengals. I think Cincinnati's been playing pretty well, and they're going to be a force in the AFC North. Burrows is great, and I think that team might finally have something there. The Jags, they're still a disaster, but they did show some glimpses of something in that Arizona game. They had a couple offensive drives that looked really good. Lawrence opened it up a bit. They had a couple nice looking drives. So maybe they're on the verge of improving a little bit. I don't expect them to do much this season, but we'll see. I think they'll probably get a little better as the year goes on. And I have a feeling, though, this Thursday night game is going to be a competitive one. I have a feeling it'll be pretty close, but give me Cincinnati. All right, Mike, what do you got?
Oh, I'm with you too on the Cincinnati thing. The way they dominated the Steelers on Sunday, I'm going to go with the Bengals.
All right, Jared.
Yeah, Bengals, Jamar Chase looking good. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase looking real good.
Yeah,
also on the Jags, real quick, we got to keep in mind that one of the Jaguars' touchdowns is on a 109-yard missed kick.
Ooh, that's right.
Which I don't know why Cliff Kingsbury decided to go for a friggin' 66-yard field or whatever. I don't know.
Who does he think he is? Justin Tucker?
Yeah.
Oh, God. The poor Lions. My goodness.
And oh man, that was unbelievable.
That was ridiculous.
I let out like a yell when that happened. That was just like unreal. A 66-yard field goal by Tucker to win the game. Nuts, just nuts, guys. That guy's a legend just for that.
He is.
And we're Bengals across the board. Kevin picked the Bengals as well. All right, this is a game that I think is going to be a sneaky, really good game. Carolina at Dallas. This is going to be quite a battle. Carolina's playing some pretty good football. Mike, you could start off with this one.
I'm telling you, Dallas is looking like the best team in the East, so I'm gonna stick with my Cowboys.
All right. Kevin went Cowboys. I'm going Cowboys too, although I really did think about Carolina. Andy, who do you got?
Yeah, I have to take Dallas as well. I think Carolina has played very well, but that offense goes through Christian McCaffrey. He's not playing.
Right.
It's going to be really tough for Carolina to go into Dallas and win. The Cowboys offense, they've really surprised me. They're a lot better than I thought they were. And I just think it's going to be tough for Carolina to win this game. I'm going Dallas.
I feel like Dallas has always had a great offense on paper. They just haven't actually put it together. But now it looks like they might finally be doing that. Jared, who do you got?
Don't forget, I was just going to say the Jaguars don't have McCaffrey this week.
So the Panthers.
I'm sorry, Panthers. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Andy hit the nail on the head. I mean, that offense runs through McCaffrey. No McCaffrey equals pick for, Dallas pick. I'm going Dallas. If McCaffrey was playing, I'd probably go Carolina, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I would definitely consider Carolina a lot more.
Sam Darnold's played well. I mean, really, he has.
Yeah.
It's funny. He's on the Jets. He's awful.
Oh my!
And then he goes to Carolina, who's really nothing special, but he's significantly better.
He is.
What does that say about the Jets?
Oh, please.
And the fact that they lost to the Pats, 25-6, and seeing how bad this Pats team might be.
Yeah,
it must be really bad. Speaking of the Jets, Tennessee at the Jets. Is anyone going with the
Jets here? No, I think we're all going Titans. So. If anybody takes the Jets, did Kevin take the Jets?
No, he took Tennessee. I should put him down as the Jets, though.
Yeah.
I didn't pick the Jets. No, listen, just real quick. Derrick Henry is absolutely incredible. How do you even stop this guy? Like, he is a wrecking machine on the field.
Yep.
He's unbelievable. I mean, how in the world are the Jets even going to stop him? I mean,
they're not. They're just not.
He's going to rush for 250 yards.
Tennessee might win this game 10-0. It wouldn't even surprise me. I mean, the Jets are so bad. This organization does not have a clue. They are going to ruin Zach Wilson, just like they did Sam Darnold.
Yep.
The way it's going, yeah. Oh, Tennessee's going to roll in this one. It's not
Zach Wilson must be looking at Sam Darnold playing well in Carolina and be like, this isn't good for me.
Not good.
I almost want to take the Jets just to help my record out here a little bit. Take the upset.
You're really that desperate?
I'm not that desperate. No, I'd take the Patriots first.
I'm going Julio Jones, 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, probably. Oh, this game's going to be.
Yeah, and then you're going to be swearing at the TV because the Pats don't have them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Cleveland at Minnesota. Minnesota is such a weird team. I feel like they have a really good offense. Sometimes they have a really good defense. Sometimes it's just awful. You don't know what you're going to get with Minnesota. They played a good game last week against Seattle. Did they win?
Yes,
they beat Seattle.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. So, yeah, I mean, Minnesota, I think, is a good team. They're weird. They're definitely bipolar. I'm going to go Cleveland in this one, although I think this game's going to be really close. Jared, who do you got?
Where is this game, Tom?
It's at
I'm going
Minnesota.
blind. I'm going blind on every pick here. I don't know any of the matchups this weekend except for the big one.
At Minnesota.
Give me Minnesota here in a weird one. I don't know, maybe some strange, 17-14 or something ridiculous. I don't know. I guess that's actually not that ridiculous, but I don't know. Give me Minnesota here in a weird one. Again, like you said, I mean, Minnesota could be riding high after a win over Seattle. Give me Minnesota here. I don't know.
All right.
It's a tough one to pick.
It is. Kevin has Minnesota. Andy, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Cleveland. Their defense is really good. They have a good running game. Minnesota, like you said, Tom, you just don't know what you're going to get out of this team. One week they look great. The next week they look completely lost. Like they have no clue what they're doing. They are tough at home, though. It's a tough place to play, but I just like the Browns. I mean, they have one of the best defenses, I think, in the AFC. I mean, it's going to be tough for them to stop. I mean, the Browns are a good team. it's going to be close, but I like the Browns to squeak it out.
Yeah, I feel like this game's going to be probably one of those typical weird Minnesota games. All right, Mike, who do you got?
I'm with you. I'm going Minnesota, though, because I think the offense has really clicked the past 2 weeks. But I think it's going to be the improvement of the defense that's going to carry them against Cleveland and going forward.
All right, so we got 2 for Cleveland, 3 for Minnesota. Houston at Buffalo. Is anyone picking Houston here?
No.
There's
Buffalo's
17
Buffalo's
point
looking
underdog.
good right now. Buffalo looks real good.
Yeah, Buffalo across the board.
Oh, yeah. They're a 17-point favorite in this game. That's
Yes,
insane.
they should be. They'll probably win by that much, if not
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, Buffalo right now is they're really shaping up to be one of the best teams in the AFC. I mean, they look like they got a complete package. I would be stunned if this game's within 2 touchdowns. The Texans are just they're going in with a third string quarterback to Buffalo. Not a chance.
Not a chance.
I would have to agree. Oh, and I'm so good. I did write down our total records and just didn't even notice.
Is that with Monday or without Monday?
It's with Monday. All right. So me and Jared are 29-19. Andy's 28-20. Steve's 27-21. Mike is 27-21. And Kevin is 22-26. So there you are. We're all pretty neck and neck. Well,
Might go down to the final week.
Long way to go. Long way to go. Oh, boy. Here's a doozy. New York Giants at New Orleans. Could this be a letdown game for New Orleans after they're riding high, after a dominant win at Gillette Stadium? I say no. Saints are going to crush them. Jared, who do you got? I don't even know why we're going around on this one, but
I don't know. I can't pick the Giants. I just can't. Give me the Saints.
They're a train wreck, the Giants. Such a train wreck. They invent
They're always finding ways to lose a game.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Andy, I'm guessing New Orleans.
Yes, the homecoming for New Orleans going back there. I cannot see the Giants cannot score. They're just a bad team. They're in shambles. Now the Saints roll in this one.
All
Be right back, guys. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
You got it. Mike, are you going to take the Giants here and try to improve your record?
You could not pay me enough to take the Giants.
All right. Saints across the board as expected. Here's a game that's probably going to be a good one. Division rivalry and 2 teams that played somewhat well last week. Detroit at Chicago. Detroit losing a heartbreaker to Seattle in the final seconds. Justin Tucker, a 66-yard field goal to win the game for Baltimore, 19-17. You know what was funny? I have a feeling that I totally jinxed that game because right after the Lions went ahead and got the ball back, I texted Kevin congratulating him because he picked Detroit. And didn't pan out for him. So, sorry, Kevin. Didn't mean to jinx you on that one. I think this is going to be a close game. Chicago played pretty well last week. They gave Cleveland all they could handle pretty much. So since they're at home, I'll go with the home team here. I'll go with Chicago. Mike, who do you got?
I'm going with Detroit. I'm going to stick with Detroit. I mean, did it sting losing on a 66-yard field goal? Sure. But
All right.
Sure.
Kevin's Detroit 2. Jared?
Oh, Detroit.
Detroit.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything from the Bears offense. The Bears offense did nothing. The Bears cannot do anything on offense, even with Justin Fields in.
I mean,
They can't do anything.
Detroit only put up 17 points. It's not like they did much.
Yeah, but they were in it at least. I mean, they gave Baltimore a really good game.
That's
I don't
true.
know. I mean-
Chicago's offense is terrible. Andy, who do you got? That was
Justin
a really
Fields
good game.
how many times was he sacked? Like 8 times last week by the Browns. Listen, I'm going to go with the Lions, even though they're probably going to find another way to lose because they're the Lions. But it's just nothing I've seen from the Bears. I mean, Justin Fields is not going to make it through the season. This team is in shambles right now.
I tell you what, I'm going to make one of those Bob Hamilton predictions. I think he's going to get knocked out of the game.
It's possible.
You know, he's so banged up. I think he's going to get knocked out of this game.
Might.
Well, I'll be very mad because I went with Chicago, but it's possible.
You probably get Fields on your.
It's all right. We'll have Andy Dalton come in and save the day. The Red Rocket. That's his name, right?
Red Rifle, I think, is his name.
Rifle.
Rifle, Rocket.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever. Indy at Miami. Miami, they gave the Raiders a decent game last week. Indy, this is a tough one to pick. Andy, you go first on this one.
How is Carson Wentz still playing here? He should be benched. You are not going to win with this guy. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The guy they should have kept is now playing in Miami, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
And he looked pretty good last week. I mean, he gave the Dolphins a chance to win. I think he's a legit quarterback. I like the Dolphins. The Colts are a disaster right now. I mean, what a horrible signing.
Epic disaster. Wentz sprained both ankles.
How is
that
he able
possible?
to play?
How do you sprain both ankles?
I don't know, jumping off a roof.
Like, is he just running? Oh, my right ankle. It takes a few more steps. Oh, my left ankle. Unbelievable. I'm going Miami as well. I think Jacoby Brissett might be better than Mac Jones. So maybe they made a mistake getting rid of him. He looked pretty good last week. Well, watch that happen. Like, Brissett becomes the next superstar, and then you're sitting there with Mac Jones and a 4-12 record. Kevin has Miami as well. Jared, who do you got?
I'm really tempted to take Indy here, to be honest with you. I'm really, really tempted.
God, I dare you. A double dog dare you.
I want to go Bob and pick a tie.
Is it going to be
this is a really, really tough one to pick.
Week or Wentz?
Oh man!
If Wentz plays, I'd like to change my vote.
Give me Miami here. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know if I feel great about it, but give me Miami here. This is a weird one. This is a really, really strange one.
There's nothing to feel great with any pick in this game.
Listen, I'm going to go with the Colts because I don't think Wentz is going to play. All right. So if he plays, I want to change my.
No.
No, can't do that. Okay. Colts. Give me the Colts.
All right.
I like it, Mike. I like it.
All right. So that should be a loss for Mike. KC at Philadelphia. I think Kansas City, after losing 2 in a row, I can't possibly picture them losing this game, especially to this horrible-looking Philadelphia team. I'm going Kansas City. Is anybody going Philadelphia here?
No. I'm not picking the Eagles ever again. After they let me down this past week, I'm not picking the Eagles ever again.
Only time I'll pick them is on the jukebox when they're singing Hotel California. So that's it.
What if they're playing the Jags?
I'll just make one quick comment, though. Kansas City is in trouble here. I mean, they are not playing well. They're Patrick Mahomes has been running for his life here. I'm wondering, teams really starting to catch on here on how to defend this guy because it seems like they kind of are.
I mean, how many turnovers did they have? Four.
That's a great point, Andy. And he hasn't looked dominant in the last 2 games. He's looked good at times, but he hasn't looked dominant. And, I had that thought too. I was wondering, are they starting to catch on to this guy? Do they finally have a clue how to defend him? Because ever since, or did Tom Brady destroy him? Because whenever Tom Brady beats you in a Super Bowl or a big come from behind win,
he's a scar.
Usually that person's destroyed. So has Tom Brady destroyed Pat Mahomes? It's possible. You're never the same after losing to Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. Let's face it. Just look at Atlanta. Speaking of Atlanta, they're hosting Washington. That was a great segue.
Another tough one.
That was pretty good. Not bad.
Atlanta, what did they do last week? Oh, they beat the Giants. Wow, big win for Atlanta, beating the New York Giants. It's probably the only win they're going to get. Give me Washington. Jared, who do you got?
Yeah, give me Washington. I don't know. I mean, again, yeah, not really an impressive win for the Falcons beating a team like the Giants. I'm not high on Washington right now, but in this one, I think I got to go Washington.
All right. What happened to Washington's defense? They've been atrocious, and they still have like the same players from last year, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they added
I mean,
a couple pieces.
You're right. They do have talent on that defensive line,
Yep.
but I don't know what happened.
Mike, who you going with?
I'm definitely going with the Falcons. I think, they showed some life coming back against the Giants. Great. I mean, they showed the life. I mean, granted, it was the Giants, but I think this is going to be the jump start right here, and I see them going out on top.
I think when the Giants finish 0-17, we got to edit a video like of the final seconds of each of their losses.
Oh yeah.
It'll just be like an atrocious highlight reel. It'll be great. Andy, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Atlanta. Washington does not look good right now. They got stomped by Buffalo. And let's face it, Buffalo is head and shoulders above the Falcons, but I don't know. I think it's going to be another kind of ugly, weird game. And the Falcons, I picked them last week and they won, so I'll pick them again this week.
You know what? I'm going to use a tie card on this game. This could end in a tie. Could be like a 13 to 13 tie.
Not bad.
We should call it the Bob Hamilton tie.
The Hamilton card.
Yes.
Yeah, the Hamilton.
I'm gonna take a Hamilton like golfers take mulligans. I'm gonna take a Hamilton.
We got to make an actual card that you hold up.
That'd be great.
I like it.
We'll get those. All right, getting into the 4:00 games.
Mhm.
Some great 4:00 games here.
Mm.
Arizona at the Rams. This game, whew, this is going to be a game. This is going to be a good one. I'll be watching this at 4:00. I don't know who the heck I'm going with in this one because the Rams are great. They dominated Tampa Bay. Arizona is great. Their offense is just unstoppable. So what did I do? I went with the home team. I'm going with the Rams, but I think this game could go either way, and it's going to be really close. And I have a feeling that you should bet the over on it. Andy, who are you going with?
I'm going with the Rams, and here's why. I just think their defense is just lights out right now. And let's face it, I still think Tampa is a great football team. They dominated Tom Brady in this game. Arizona is very good, but I just don't know if they're ready for the next level yet. The Rams right now, in my opinion, are the best team in the league. So, and they're at home. It's going to be close, but I'm taking the Rams.
I don't know if you'll see Kyler Murray throwing all over this Rams defense. That Rams defense, they might be the best defense in the league. They're scary good.
Aaron Donald, can anybody
He's a
stop
difference
him?
maker. He's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, and I keep forgetting to mention Kevin's picks. He went with Atlanta in the last game, and he goes with the Rams in this one. Let's see. Jared, who do you got?
I'm going to the Rams for the exact same reasons that Andy just mentioned. I mean, Andy basically took the words out of my mouth of what I would have said. So yeah, I'm going with the Rams. Their defense is a difference maker. I'm big on Arizona. You guys know that. I like this Arizona team a lot. I just don't know if they're quite ready for that second level. And I mean, I think the Rams win over the Bucs is more impressive than the Cardinals having to come back and try to stave off the Jags. So yeah, give me the Rams.
One more point too. Cooper Kupp is
Elite.
unbelievable.
He's playing on another level right now.
Oh, he's unreal.
He's unstoppable.
And what's his face? The quarterback, mind blank. Matt
Stafford.
Stafford. Yeah, he must be so happy.
He had a great game against the Bucs.
LA,
he lit it up
with a great team over rather than being in Detroit and losing because of a 66-yard field goal. He
outplayed Tom Brady.
Terrific.
Plain and simple. He outplayed him.
Yep, certainly did. All right, Mike, who do you got?
Oh yeah, definitely the Rams here. Sean McVay is his offense clicking. And you know what? One thing here, I mean, they look so good, and all the hype that I heard during this preseason was Rams. And being 3-0 now and seeing how well they've been playing, I think you're right. I think they're going to be the team to beat. So yes, LA Rams.
I've been saying the last couple of weeks that Arizona might be the one team that can compete with Tampa Bay. I needed to change that statement, add the Rams to that list too, because the Rams, with that defense, they're a Super Bowl contender.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they keep playing the way they are now. Here's another great 4 o'clock game. You're going to get all kinds of great action at 4 o'clock. Seattle at San Francisco. This is going to be another great battle. San Francisco, they looked pretty good on Sunday Night Football. They ended up losing, but their offense has looked pretty good. And Seattle, they had a tough loss. They ended up losing to Minnesota, which I can't even describe that one. This game's in San Francisco. This game could go either way. I'm going with the home team here. Give me San Francisco. Andy, who do you got?
I like the Niners. I thought they played the Packers tough. They've actually been in pretty much all the games they've played this year. I think Seattle's real, and I don't know. I just don't think they're the Seahawks of old. And I like the 49ers here.
All right. Kevin went 49ers as well. Mike, who do you got?
I'm doing 49ers. I think they're the better team, home team. Tough loss against the Packers. You know, what was it? The time.
There was a field goal in that game, too.
Right. I mean, they rallied back and took a late lead, but you know they lost it due to messing up the clock.
Yeah, 51-yarder by
Mason Crosby.
You got
Crosby.
it. That was a heck of a game and a heck of a finish.
I believe I picked the Packers in that one too. I think I took the Packers over the Niners there.
The Packers were up pretty good, and 49ers just got right back into it.
Yeah, I took the Packers too.
All right, Jared, who do you got?
I'm going with the Seahawks here. I think it's a bounce back game for the Seahawks, even in San Fran. I think they'll be ready. I think they'll be fired up. And I think Russell Wilson's going to come out and have a big game. I'm going 300 plus yards and maybe 4 TDs for Russell Wilson. Yeah, I like Seattle here. Probably going to be close.
Seattle kind of needs to win this game. You know, they're going to be 1-3 if they lose this one.
Yeah. I think it's a must-win for Seattle. I like Seattle here. I think it's going to be close, but I think San Fran definitely keeps it close. But yeah, I like Russell Wilson to have a big one and Tyler Lockett to get going. And yeah, give me Seattle here.
All right. Yeah, I mean it's a divisional game. You never know with those divisional games. They could go either way. All right, Pittsburgh at Green Bay. That's an intriguing matchup. Pittsburgh's pretty desperate for a win after losing to Cincinnati, which I can't even explain that one. Green Bay's at home. I think Green Bay's really starting to roll, and I think they're going to roll right over Pittsburgh. I'm going Green Bay. Jared, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay here. I don't really see anything from Pittsburgh right now. You know, I'm not seeing anything from Ben Roethlisberger. I'm not seeing anything from that offense. Their defense is getting tossed around a little bit. So, I think Green Bay is going to be confident coming off this win over San Fran. And, Rodgers had a good game. Devontae Adams is a difference maker. So give me Green Bay.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay. Nobody's afraid of Pittsburgh and, their offense. And, it's the whole thing's a mess. And how did they beat the Bills?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Packers.
Can't explain that one. Didn't we all go?
All right, maybe we'll go offline later because you might have to talk me off the edge on that one.
I think we all went Buffalo there too. All right, so we're Green Bay across the board.
Yep.
All right, Kevin has Green Bay too. All right, Baltimore at Denver. Kevin has Denver. I have Baltimore, although after the way they won last week, it could end up being a letdown game. Denver's going to make this match intriguing, but I think Baltimore ends up getting a close win. Let's see. Andy, who do you got?
I've been very tempted here because we know how tough it is to play in Denver, and their defense is really, really good right now. They have a solid running game. Teddy Bridgewater's been really good. This is going to be the biggest test for the Broncos. Let's face it. There was a scrimmage last week against the Jets they played. Ravens are a much better team. This might come down to the final play. I just think Baltimore's a little bit better, so I am going to take the Ravens this week.
All right, Jared.
I'm going Ravens as well in a close one. I think, I got the exact same thing as Andy. I would have picked it even if he didn't say that. I think, I just think the Ravens have just a little bit to edge them. Again, probably going to be close. Maybe, I don't know, it could be like 21-20 or something wild like that. But
yeah, I have a feeling this one's going to be wild.
I could be tempted to use a Hamilton card here, but I'm going to go Ravens.
All right, Mike, who do you got?
I'm definitely going Ravens here. And again, everything you guys said, everything I said, I think it's going to be so close. I think they might win on maybe a 67-yard field goal.
Yeah, it's possible. That'd be great. Baltimore just keeps winning every game by these long field goals.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like another yard each game. Anyways. And I feel much better about my pick now because Kevin's the only one that picked Denver. So, all right, we're going to save Sunday night football for last for obvious reasons. So we'll go to the Monday night football game, which is going to be a really good game. And this is a very tough one to pick. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Chargers. Raiders at the Chargers. This is going to be a great game. And I am so torn on this one. It's not even funny. But I am going to go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers end up getting the win at home in what should be a crazy ending. Mike, who do you got?
I am going the same direction. I'd love to change it up, but this is not the game to change up on. 3-0 Raiders, 2-1 Chargers. What can you do? Herbert, what was it, 4 touchdown passes? Yeah.
I think it's possible because you could put up points on this Raiders defense.
Yeah, I can see him do that.
All right. Kevin has the Chargers as well. Andy, who do you got?
I'm taking the Raiders, and here's why. I've been very impressed. Their offense is clicking. They're one of the best in the AFC. They are. You have to start taking them seriously. I mean, how are you going to stop, Hunter Renfrow? Henry Ruggs is just, I don't know how you can defend him. I mean, Darren Waller, Derek Carr looks like he's a different player right now. I'm buying into the Raiders. I mean, and the Chargers are good too. Don't get me wrong, but I just think I think the Raiders are just a little bit better. It's going to be close, but I'm taking Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, they gave Baltimore a beating a couple of weeks ago, and they're finally starting to put it together. The threat is real from the Raiders. That division is going to be so fun to watch.
Yes.
KC or the West. It's going to be so fun to watch. KC, Denver, Raiders trying to battle it out. Jared, who do you got?
I'm torn here, man. This is about as torn as it gets.
Yep.
Jeez. I'm going to the Raiders. Gut instinct. I'm going to the Raiders. I don't even know if I could really tell you why. I mean, yes, Andy hit their offense is looking really good, but I didn't feel good about picking against the Chargers. I mean, I guess I don't know. It's tough to pick against the Chargers last week when they're playing KC. Even though I wanted to, I don't know if I want to pick against the Chargers again this week, but I don't know. I'm going Raiders.
You just had to say I'm going Raiders because Kevin picked the Chargers. All right.
Well, if we did that, the show would have been over in 20 minutes.
I have a feeling I know what we're all picking on this one. Tampa Bay at New England. New England is the home team at Gillette Stadium. Tom Brady is returning. Tom Brady could officially become the first quarterback in NFL history to defeat every team in the league at least once. And Tom Brady is not only going to defeat the New England Patriots, he's going to absolutely crush them. Give me Tampa Bay. The Patriots are an absolute mess right now. Their defense looks awful. Their offense is non-existent pretty much, and they're just not ready for this matchup. Tampa Bay is going to run them over, and the Bucs, I'm sure, just coming off a tough loss against the Rams, they're not going to be too happy heading into Gillette Stadium. They're going to take out their anger on the Pats, and I really feel like this is going to be an absolute bloodbath, and the Bucs are going to dominate. Yeah. So Tampa Bay it is for me. Kevin has Tampa Bay as well. Jared, what do you got?
Tampa Bay. Nothing needed. Nothing said. Nothing needed. Tampa Bay.
I have Tampa. It pains for me to do it, but I am just going to make this one comment. If somehow Tom Brady loses this game, it's going to be bad. It's going to be.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, I think Tampa Bay needed to lose last week because they were starting to flap their gums a little bit too much. I think they were starting to buy into their hype. But if they lose this one, it's going to be bad. I mean,
oh yeah, I think you're right. That's a good point. Losing last week actually helps them because it keeps their egos in check.
Because here's the other thing, Tom Brady, this is going to be more of a spectacle than I think it's going to be a game. we've been talking about this ever since. But listen, they want to do like a video montage or something. Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But no ceremonies or anything like that. We'll wait till after he's retired. This is a football game. But if the Patriots do somehow win this game, and I'm not predicting they're going to, oh man, this could change their entire season.
Yep, it certainly could. If Tampa Bay loses, that'd be the most shocking thing to happen this season so far. There would be nothing more shocking than that has happened up to this point.
Absolutely. And would they recover from this? Because now you're 2-2, and you're the same record as the Patriots.
Yeah, they would. Against Tom Brady, they would.
Yep.
But their defense
Didn't they start off 2-2 last year?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But their defense has been terrible. Tampa Bay's defense has not been good. You can't deny that. Their offense is head and shoulders above the Patriots. I think we all can agree. But I'm going to tell you right now, when the teams take the field, that place is going to be – what if they come out and sack Tom Brady right away? You mean to tell me that place is going to be loud? The players start feeding off of that? I mean –
I'm going to be really interested to see like how often they boo Brady. I'm curious to what's going to happen.
I don't know. That's going to be hard.
If Bucks start dominating, I feel like people are going to start rooting for the Bucks over there and rooting for Brady.
I don't know, man. There's some people that cannot stand this guy. Seriously. Yeah. I can see why people don't like him.
Well,
he wins all the time.
So I can't.
Listen, Tom Brady is the best I've ever seen, but we don't need to be reminded about it every day. I know how great he is. There'll never be another player like him again. I want him to lose. I want the Patriots to win this game. I just don't. They're not ready for it.
Yeah. No. All right, Mike. Who do you got?
I was going to take New England
All right, New England.
I was kidding. My name's not Kevin. Listen, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I think I would like to see after the damage that Gronk took this weekend. I'd like to see him rest, just because I like Gronkowski. But they're not going to let him rest in Gillette. They're going to make him play. There's no way we're going to win. Winning this, if they win this game, I'm going to be more excited than winning another Lombardi trophy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It would be definitely the biggest upset of the season so far.
Nothing will come close.
What's the spread on this game? It's got to be like
question. I don't know.
At least 2 touchdowns.
Oh, how about real quick? Let's end this with score predictions.
All right. Yes. All right. We're out of time, so let's go quickly. I'm going to go Tampa Bay defeats New England 47-10. Jared, what do you got?
I'm going like 31-17. Give me 31-17.
Andy.
34-24 Tampa.
All right.
34-6, and you give Kevin a phone call and ask him. But I'm going 34-6.
I'm just going like 60-0.
That 6 is 2 field goals.
I'm going to put Kevin 56-3. Okay,
that sounds about right. That honestly probably sounds about right, to be honest.
All right, we're out of time. Thanks for watching HCAM Sports Talk. We'll catch